All right, you want to check your math on that one.
A recent poll by the New York Times and Siena College finding 59% of voters under 30 rate the economy as poor. So, philosophically and sort of intellectually, you can look at a lot of these numbers and say, this is a great economy in so many ways on a relative basis to history and the like. But at the same time, you have poll numbers and others saying that they don't feel it.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, and I think it's our job to explain to Americans what President Biden has done to improve the economy.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Fiscal responsibility is...
Oh, my.
Fiscal responsibility is a priority for President Biden and me. Earlier this year, the president signed debt limit legislation that included over $1 trillion in deficit reduction. His budget would also improve the fiscal outlook by reducing the deficit by $2.6 trillion over the next 10 years.
I found it when I was turning on my phone and saw that. I thought, my God, what is this?
Oh, you crazy.
Look, the American economy is doing extremely well. Inflation has been high, and it's been a concern to households. It's come down considerably. At the same time, we have about the strongest labor market we've seen in 50 years with 3.8% unemployment. And at the same time, America, the Biden administration, has passed legislation that is strengthening our economy.
Okay, you ready?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Right, here it comes.
Okay, I'm ready.
In the years to come for the medium term.
Oh, he's got my vote.
So I think we're making considerable progress in bringing inflation down, and we saw this clearly in last week's news. 12-month headline inflation is down to 3.2%. That's down almost 6 percentage points from its high.
Wow. Oh my God. Why so serious?
But although prices in general are rising much less quickly, Americans still see increases in some important prices, including food, from where we were prior to the pandemic. And this remains notable to people who go to the store and shop, or rents, although they're rising less quickly now, are certainly higher than they were before the pandemic.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So I do think we're making considerable progress in bringing inflation down, but Americans do notice higher prices from what they used to be accustomed to.
Say it.
And take an economy that is performing very well. We've had the fastest recovery from a downturn that we've ever seen, and the fastest recovery of any nation around the globe. The unemployment rate is near a 50-year low. The economy is doing well. GDP will be closely watched. A common definition of recession is 2 negative quarters of GDP growth, or at least that's something that's been true in past recessions. When we've seen that, there has usually been a recession. And many economists expect second quarter GDP to be negative. First quarter GDP was negative.
It's so dumb.
So dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb.
Was there any additional conversation about companies like TikTok? I know that, and ByteDance that owns TikTok, there's been real questions about the national security concerns that it may represent, and some of the things that are pouring through social media at Americans now over the last month as it relates to the attack in Israel and the like. And I'm just curious what kind of conversation, if there was, might have related to that.
This wasn't an explicit matter of discussion between Presidents Biden and Xi. I met with my own Chinese counterpart, Vice Premier He, for 2 days preceding the Biden-Xi meeting, and we did discuss issues concerning China's investments in the United States.
You set off a frenzy because you ordered a mushroom dish that contains apparently what are considered magic mushrooms. Mushrooms that can be hallucinogenic. And so now these wild mushroom dishes are selling out at that restaurant's branches across China. You have sparked all this. May I ask you, I'm just quite curious.
Apparently so.
What was it like, the mushroom experience?
So I went with this large group of people, and the person who had arranged our dinner did the ordering. There was a delicious mushroom dish. I was not aware that these mushrooms had hallucinogenic properties. I learned that later. I can tell you
Later, like when you were sleeping and having visions, or
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get.
I was read that if the mushrooms are cooked properly, which I'm sure they were at this very good restaurant, that they have no impact.
Good morning, Glenn. You tell us something your mom doesn't know. Yeah.
I'm out of here.